Should have been a little closer to that.
Yeah, well, you know what?
What?
We can only do the best we can do with YouTube autoplay.
Got it.
Alright, so how do you start a podcast?
Hello, this is Humble Fumblers. I'm Mariah speaking. You know, I used to be a secretary back at... I spoke in the announcements and I answered the phone at lunch.
Nice.
I know how to introduce
You
myself.
were a lonely person.
No, I did it with a friend.
You had a friend? I thought you told me you didn't have any friends.
No, that was in...
That was a lie? You
No,
lied to me?
second, first, and kindergarten, and half a third I didn't have friends. But this was in 4th grade. Thank you.
Oh, and put an audience a round of applause.
This the audience soundtrack. Hello, this is for you. Hello, today is something, and this is Mariah and so here for your morning announcements. Today will be
Today will be an awesome day filled with math, English, social science, and PE.
Well, I remember this one time my partner and I were arguing whose name should be introduced first, and she wrote it down. She wrote her name and then mine, and then I had to go first. So, and I said my name and then hers, and she glared at me, and so I laughed. I was trying not to laugh because I was still on the speaker. So I was like, well. And then she started laughing. So when I had to hand the phone to her, she's like, no, because she's still laughing too. And then the secretary, who's still there, like, pokes her head up around the desk and looks at us, and we're like, no, just give us a minute. And then I finally, like, regain my voice, and then I continue. And completely skipped her turn because she still had to walk away because she was done. She kept laughing, and I don't know why, because it wasn't that funny.
Glared at you.
She did. She seemed so mad. It was a strong grudge. Yeah, she wrote her name, and I pronounced my name first instead of reading it correctly.
You should have said her name instead.
She was mad.
I remember.
She wanted her name first.
I remember our old school used to do songs on the morning announcement, and we would always get those like 80s songs. Anyway, that's the end of my announcement story.
What kind of songs did they like sing? You
Like,
remember?
we built this city. Like that kind of thing.
We built. No, I mean, speaking of songs, in one time our principal, Miss Yardley, I think it was leaving the school, and I already told you the story, but
She was leaving the yard.
she's leaving the yard, and the vice principal was like, you know what, boys, we're gonna sing her a song goodbye. And for 2 months or 3, I don't remember, we were preparing, and the song was like, the sun goes down, the stars comes up, and everything. But except it was like, some of the words were different to suit her, because it suit her and her leaving. Like, some of the words were changed, and we danced to it too.
Yard will never be the same.
and how when it was the kindies would sing first, and then the 1st grade and the 2nd grade and the 4th grade.
Kindies?
Yeah, shut up, Kaylin.
That sounds delicious.
And that's how it would go. And then, but as soon as you go, you'd have to dance to it as well. And everyone was in sync, kind of. I mean, the kindies couldn't take as...
Full-on musical.
Yeah. And she was up there, and she had no clue, which was the funny thing. And I wasn't exactly looking at her. I was, like, having a hella good time just dancing there, man. And the thing was, and it was really funny. And then about 2 years later, because I had another person I knew who went to the school as well and also did the dance, and then I was hanging out with them one time, and my mom and her mom said they would pay us if we danced and sang at this one time. And they wanted us to organize our whole different song, but little did they know we already had training from elementary by singing to Miss Yardley.
They were already professional actors.
Yes. So we did that. We sang and we danced this song we originally did in elementary, and our parents were like actually kind of surprised because I didn't think they expected us youngins to actually know what we're doing. We didn't tell them what we were already prepared, though, and I got a whole $2, and so did she.
Hold my beer. Back when I was in the 4th grade, I sang to my principal as she left the school. She probably left because you sang.
Never saw her again.
Should I retell the stories that we already told with the bad audio?
Yeah, we can do that.
Maybe something funny will happen. All right, you want to go first? Because I'm a little bit of a...
Don't mutter, Kaylin. We're safe community here.
Not safe. There's swear words. It's not safe.
You can make it safe, but with naughty words.
You can make it safe with loud beeping.
Really obnoxious, loud
So
beeping.
obnoxious.
All right, I gotta think.
I've got the list here.
I don't need no list. I already know what I'm doing.
Alright, geez, kick me in the shin like earlier.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm like moving my leg around. I accidentally kicked your shin. All right. Moving on to the story. So to put it into context, for like 2 years, I had a really bad immune system, and I would get sick so easily. And this one time, I got really, really sick. Like more so than I usually did, and it lasted. Shut up, Kaylin. And it lasted longer than it usually did, and it was a lot of stomach pains, not being able to keep anything down, and just in general feeling like.
You know, just say that word.
But from all that, I couldn't sleep. I just really couldn't. And I'm trying to figure out what to say next. I'm sorry. My brain just had a pause for a second. And so because I couldn't sleep for so long, I actually hallucinated the one time. So it was like 4 days, 4 nights, I don't remember. 4 or 5. It was 4.
4 days and 4 nights.
It was
And that's
4.
how Hanukkah was created.
So it was like 4 nights I hadn't slept. And there was this one night, it was maybe around 12, 11. My mom and I were in the living room and we were watching TV, and I was laying down on the sofa. And at one point I just blacked out, like everything went dark. And I couldn't hear anything really either. And then when I came...
That's called sleeping.
off, Kaylin.
Hey, you know what to say.
And when I could see again, I wasn't even at home. I was in a field, more so on a dirt road, and there was absolutely nothing in the background, just the fields and the dirt road. And I couldn't hear anything either. But I could know someone was coming up behind me, so I turn around. And then these 2 lads, they're on horses, they got cowboy hats. They're pretty cool. Just stroll up.
They're not cool.
Not cool at all. They just stroll up, and without knowing anything really, I just immediately knew. That was the wrong thing to say.
Without knowing, I knew.
Yes, I did. I just knew what the background story within just small pictures that I knew I was a fugitive on the run.
Have you ever had a dream where you
Shut up, Caitlin. I'm really bad at recalling stories I've already told 8 times.
It was only 3.
And so I already knew what happened. I was a fugitive, I was on the run, and these 2 lads were like the po-po.
I imagine them on horseback. Were they not on horseback?
They were on horseback. I don't know if I mentioned that.
That's good.
And so, knowing they were after me and I was convicted of a crime I didn't even commit, I ran, because like a smart person would. But the thing is, people who are running on foot are not faster than horses. And then without actually hearing them, I could imagine the hoof steps getting closer. And I was running so fast, and then I felt like a lasso around my shoulder or my arm. I don't remember. I don't know how that worked either. Just a lasso going around my shoulder, but not any other part of my body. And then I got yanked, and my back hit the ground, and then I was back up in my consciousness. And my mom's back in my own body. I don't know how to say
Conscience.
that. Shut up, Caitlin. I was awake again, I guess you could say. And my mom was right in front of me, and she had her hand on my arm, and she was looking at me concerned. And I was in cold sweat. I was breathing hard, and all I could say was, I need to stop running, multiple times. And she told me, you can stop running, it's fine. And
It's okay. You can stop.
it's fine, man. And then I black out again, and next thing I know, I'm in the bathroom heaving whatever is in my body left into the washroom, into the toilet, I don't know.
Just right into the water.
Right on the floor. And then my mom and I went to the hospital because my mom's had enough of my at this point.
Alright, jeez, man. Don't say those words.
I need to add some emphasis, Kaylin. I am already as dumb-voiced, monotone as I already am.
You call that monotone, you absolute
Hey, don't swear. And so we were in the hospital, and we're in the waiting room. And I remember about 5 to 10 minutes in the waiting room, and I felt fine. I didn't hurt. I wasn't feeling queasy, nor was I tired. And then I woke up at home. I have absolutely no clue what happened in between that time period, but I was at home now, and I felt better. And that's about it.
How long were you waiting in